Hey everybody, Brad here, Wild Boys Brewery, Pookanc channel. I bought a bunch of pumpkin beers, and I was gonna go ahead and check out the Dogfish head. Supposedly it's one of the very first pumpkin beers that any of the craft brewers started making. It's got a good hiss. They say this is a brown ale, but it comes out more like an amber. So let's go ahead and get a pour on. Yes. Said it drinks like a brown ale as far as the flavors go with the spices, but as far as the color goes, this is definitely not anywhere near brown. It's totally orange. Got fairly good amount of carbonation. Got about a half a finger of white head. Pretty tight bubbles. Doesn't have much lacing. It's falling off the glass as soon as you put it up there. Let's go ahead and get a nose on it. First thing you get off of it's the sweetness, sweet smell of the brown sugar, immediately followed by the spices. Smells like what you think a pumpkin beer should. It's got brown sugar, allspice, cinnamon, and nutmeg, and you can pick those all up in the nose right off the bat. It's a really sweet smelling beer. Like I say, it smells what you think a pumpkin ale should smell like, or pumpkin beer. A lot of them are lagers, which I'm kind of not real excited about that because I'm not a big fan of lagers. So I'm hoping that the grassy taste that a lot of them have doesn't come through on those pumpkin beers that I've got. Anyway, let's get a taste on this one. Cheers. Comes across very smooth, very buttery, very creamy. Not a butter taste, but more of the mouthfeel of it would be a good way of describing it. It's just very pleasant. Get the spices up front. The spices, then you get some of the malt, and then more spices on the end. Doesn't have a whole lot of beer taste to it per se, which I guess a lot of these don't, because they're like holiday beers, I guess you'd call them. It's decent. I could drink a couple of these. I'm not blown away by it. I'm not a real big fan of these pumpkin beers. I started off thinking I would like them really well, and then I went to a beer tasting last year and checked out a bunch of them. I don't even remember which ones they were, and none of them really blew me away. I didn't get to try this one because they were out of it. And from what I can remember, this one's right in line with the rest of them. It's probably closer to the upper end of it. As far as the taste and stuff goes, it doesn't have anything really funky in it. Just kind of doesn't really blow me away, but it doesn't suck. It's kind of it's good. It's not great. As far as the mouthfeel goes on this one, it's kind of on the low end of medium or a high end of light. It's not watery, but it's not thick. It's kind of right there in the middle. It's a little thinner than I think it should be, but I don't know really what's appropriate for this style. I guess whatever your interpretation of it is. The spices are not overwhelming, but they're definitely there. I think I would like to have a little bit more of the malt taste coming through on it. I know you're not going to have a big hop profile in these pumpkin beers because that would clash with the seasonings, the spices that you're putting in them. I think it could probably have a little more brown sugar profile to it. I'm not really picking a whole lot of that up, just enough to tell it's kind of in there. I personally use brown sugar quite a bit in some of my brews. If you put it out, the one that really sticks in my mind the most that I used was the Imperial Brown Ale that I did, the Imperial Walnut Brown Ale. If you use it was come in a kit. It was a special dark sugar for the kit. I think it was like a pound to put it in there. That really come through. I think this could stand a little bit of that to kind of give it a little more of that brown ale type of taste. It's like right there on the edge of that, but it's it needs a little something. I don't know. I can't really put my finger quite on what it is. It just doesn't have any wow factor. It's a decent beer if you want to check out a pumpkin beer. This is probably a good one to check out, the Dogfish Head pumpkin beer. I'm going to give this one a B-. That's kind of where I think it's at. It doesn't blow me away, but I could drink a couple of them. That's pretty much where I'm at on that. If you've had this, let me know what you think about it.